Hello everybody, I'm Empath Rick. Welcome to another Empath Rick video. If you like my videos, please click like and share and visit my YouTube page. My channel is Empath Rick. Just search me and you'll find me. Today we're going to talk about something very personal. Even friends and family have seen some of the things I'm going to talk about. They just didn't really understand what's going on. Today we're going to ask from my personal experiences, are you an empath too? We're going to go through the 6 steps that I can come up with right off the top of my head without really digging into it. The one negative trait of an empath is we are a magnet for energy vampires and narcissists. I really don't want to go in too deep with this. I can make a totally separate video on just energy vampires and narcissists, but that is one of the main things. If you surround yourself with energy vampires and narcissists, and it's like a cycle that goes on and on and on, you may be an empath. And if you really want, go out, search energy vampire and narcissist, and you'll realize what I'm talking about. One of the main things an empath is we're very sensitive. We feel other people's emotions. Some people always said that if people ever called you lazy, or you had a poor attendance in school, or when you got done at work you were always drained and you wanted to go home and just be alone. Most empaths like people. We like to talk, we like to speak, we like to chit chat, but we also need time alone. We feel everything around us. When we go into large groups, say like if your company's having a Christmas party and you go to this Christmas party, you're one of the first people that leave that Christmas party because we feel everything everybody else is thinking. It's really hard. Sometimes we get emotionally drained because we take on other people's emotions. That's one of the hardest things to explain. We just absorb everything. We also are really good at, I don't really like to say the word reading people. We have this acute ability to tell when somebody's lying, and we have this acute ability of getting information from people that they aren't giving us. We understand if they're in pain. We understand if what's going on. We feel every emotion. And I'm going to tell you, if you're an empath that hasn't really worked on, I don't like to call it a gift, it's more of a curse. If you haven't worked on it and you're new, this can be very, very draining, and it can just it's hard to differentiate your emotions from their emotions because you're feeling their emotions and you're taking them on as if they're your own, and they're not. So that is one of the things that that's kind of hard to explain, but that's really what goes on in the minds of us empaths. We're the type of people that like to be alone. We like to do things alone. We like to be alone. Only because the energy sometimes can be so draining on us. It's just amazing. Now, I wanted to give a few personal examples from my own life. Recently, this has been a while now though, I was standing at the counter at Planet Fitness talking to a young man about my membership, and a young woman walked in. When that young woman walked in and stood next to me, I could have fainted. The energy she drew out of me was so strong that I could have buckled at the knees and fell to the floor. I didn't say anything. I don't like to mess with free will, even though we can. We give advice. We can try to keep people on the right path. We like to tell people what we see without really telling them what we see. We like to get them on the right path. We'll talk about that a little later. But anyway, what I seen in this young woman was abuse. This young woman was being abused at home. Sometimes that's hard because we feel that and we think, oh, how I really want to help this person, but I didn't. As soon as she walked away, I felt better. I could feel the emotions drain out of me. Another way to know if you're an empath is when you see things, when people are talking to you, you hear things they really aren't telling you. And you know things that they're not really telling you. You feel them. And then when you give them the guidance and you say, it would be cool if you did it this way. I think you should do it this way. Even then, after you do that, you'll go back and say, where did that come from? That came from your gift of being able to absorb their thoughts, their feelings, and express them. Let's give you another example. I know somebody who is going through a very, very hard time, and I've tried to be there for them every step of the way. I seen things when I talked to this person that I knew if they continued on the path they were on, it was not going to turn out well. So I would subtly give them advice and coach them and tell them, you need to do this. You need to go on this path. Well, I'm here to tell you, they did take that suggestion eventually. They didn't want to at first. Well, now they're on a path that's a better path. They still have struggles. I still see struggles within them, but they're on a better path. If you're a good empath, we'll go into this again. I can read people. I can feel people's emotions. I know when they're lying. I know when they're sad. I know when they're happy. I know when they're on the way to something terrible. That comes as you embrace this and you take what you have been going through your whole life and you realize, I can turn this around and I can do this for good. That's one of the reasons I wanted to start making these videos, is because I want to coach. I want to teach people what I feel and what I see. If you really think you're an empath, research it. Because if you find yourself drawn to energy vampires, narcissists, if you overfeel emotions, if you feel emotions that you don't know where they're coming from, they're not your own, it's because you're drawn in emotions from other people. If you're highly sensitive, we are very sensitive people. We have big hearts. We always want to be the one to help. If you ever think when you're sitting around family and you feel what they are feeling, you're probably an empath. Now, my ideas of empath might be a little different than some of the other people, only because I have grown. When I had my spiritual awakening 3 years ago, I realized how to use this craft or curse or gift to better myself. I realized that I should actually be helping people instead of withdrawing and saying, I don't want to get involved. I still believe the rule that I cannot interrupt free will. We cannot change free will. We shouldn't change free will. But that doesn't mean we can't coach and guide and help people to get them on the right path. That's what my videos are all about. I want you to think. I want you to think about your emotions. Think about what you're thinking and be yourself. My biggest talent that I have really grown and I've really studied on and worked on is the ability to read people. I don't necessarily like to read people unless they give me permission to read them. It's almost like I can see everything they are thinking, they are feeling. All I got to do is look at them in the eyes or hear them talk, and I can feel that emotion. Another example is I met this young lady and I sat down next to her and I asked her, I says, are you okay? And she said, yes, I'm fine. No, she wasn't. When I told her what I was feeling that she felt, she was shocked. She said, how did you know that? I said, because I can feel it. I can feel it. So you are an empath. If you sit with family or friends and you're feeling things that you're thinking, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling this way? If you go home at night and you just feel so drained and depressed, where is that coming from? That's coming from somebody else. That's not your emotion. That's the hardest thing to do as an empath, is to differentiate your emotions from their emotions. Once you can figure that out and figure out how to do that, you can grow as an empath. We are here to help people, guide people. We make the best coaches. We do great at guidance. Embrace that. Use that craft to help as many people as you can help. And I can tell by sitting here looking at this camera that there are some of you out there that are saying, oh yeah, right, whatever. Leave me a comment. Talk to me on the phone. Sit face to face with me. Let's see. Embrace it. Being an empath can either be a curse or it could be good. Like I say, we're going to make other videos that fall just under the category of energy vampires and narcissists, because that is the one thing that really hurts an empath. We run into this cycle where we're drawn into energy vampires and narcissists. And if you don't learn how to get yourself out of that cycle will repeat and repeat and repeat. We also are awfully good, I believe, in my craft. I've been working at this for years now. I can help you out through meditation. Why? I don't know. I just have this innate ability through meditation to get people to let go. Let go of that person you've been trying to let go of for years. Let go of that tragic event that has been playing over in your mind. Bring love into your heart. Bring love into your surroundings. Through meditation, I can help you do that. Why? Because I feel you. I can feel you when we're doing a meditation. I can actually feel you. I know exactly what to say on how to get you to that point, to break you of that hold you have that you're trying to get rid of. The problem with it is we play it over and over in our mind. That thought continually comes up because it's playing on a wheel, and it continually comes up and up and up. I really want some suggestions on videos on what we can talk about as an empath. I love to talk about this stuff. These videos will get too long if I start getting too deep into some of this stuff. But just remember, if you're just finding yourself surrounded by energy vampires, narcissists, if you find yourself feeling other people's emotions, or you're continually feeling emotions that you don't know where they're coming from, you just might be an empath. If you like to be alone, but you don't know why? If you feel drained all the time, think about it. Give me some suggestions. Click like on this video. Let's dig deeper into this. I need some people's input so that I can know what you want to talk about, what parts you want to cover. We can cover sensitivity. We can cover emotions. We can cover the guidance. We can cover energy suckers, narcissists. Just let me know. Click like, leave a comment. Let's keep the conversation going. Again, I'm Empath Rick. Thank you for tuning in.